So yeah, the title says it all because lately, I don't know, just people are like really not understanding like Lilith altogether as the divine, and it's starting to spill into like the astrology aspect of it. Now, don't get me wrong. Astrology is a divination system, so something can represent something to somebody else. Okay, whoop de whoop. But the problem comes along when you only take a look at a specific planet or celestial body, and you only, you know, see, hey, Kayla, and you only see the baneful, the bad, the malefic, the dark, and the just tragic part of a planet. And I'm gonna play a clip that I saw earlier today, and I was curious just to, just to hear and see and listen. Boy, whoops. Because it's not good. And the first thing I think when I heard this was, wow, here we go again with the stereotypes. Here we go again with the, automatically pointing her as the bad one. Oh, we go again. But anyway, so to begin, so I'm going to play this clip of somebody trying to explain what Blackmoonloaf is, but it's not. Haidevu.
When Lilith is involved, she does intend to create harm.
No. No.
So she's sinister, malevolent, she causes frustration, she makes you feel like you're going crazy. She indeed is madness. Lilith is dark. And she is when suspicion overtakes you. She is when temptation overtakes you. She is when you steal, when you commit crime, when you deny someone their value, when you take life, whether it's destroying a family because you were involved in a solicitous affair that destroyed a marriage, or whether it's indeed outright abortion.
What? No! 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 Cupcake! No!
Lilith kills.
No! Oh, I really have to make sure I think I've... Oh. Oh, a few of my brain cells just killed themselves. In all due respects, but still. Loath? No. I know. But for real, Sophia, it's just like... No! Lilith does not do that. Does she inspire vengeance? Yes. But she... Oh, well.
Lilith, is seduction, betrayal, temptation.
No, not betrayal. No. No. Temptation? Yes. Seduction. Alluring.
It's demoralizing.
No! How is demoralizing you stepping and getting your empowerment? If anything, here's the thing. Being humiliated and being forced to submit and being raped and violated, that's demoralizing. Taking a stand and telling, some old twathead with a, crusty beard being all like, you better submit to him. Or what are you gonna do, Cupcake? You want me to stab you? Standing up for what you believe in and pushing back, that's not demoralizing. That's, having enough self-respect to say, nope, not doing it. Nope, you wish. Why don't you do it, dude?
And in human life, it's poisoning.
No.
And it's absconding another's life. It's...
Whoa. Absconding another person's life. Careful now.
Kidnapping.
No, absolute. Milkshake. What is this? Somebody shoot me, please.
It's human trafficking.
Absolutely not. God.
It's, you know, those psychologically damaged women who feign pregnancy and then go into hospitals and steal babies.
May I? Let's see. The angels, without hesitation or thought, drew the weapons and began killing each of her children. Yeah, the angelics killed her children. So why is she gonna go and steal somebody else's baby? It's not gonna do her any good. Besides, she had her kids killed. Why is she gonna go in and steal a child? That's not gonna benefit anybody.
This is a very corrupted Lilith.
She's not corrupt. In fact, if she was corrupt, she'd have sin in her.
It's actually going to play a very big part of our 2022. So Lilith in 2022 will be in Gemini until April 15.
Okay, but here's the thing. And I'm going to wait and see if there's anything more that she's going to say describing her, because I'm going to clean it up, and then I'm going to actually explain what happens when Blackmoonloaf transits into, like, finishing going through Gemini and then stepping into Cancer, because there's a lot.
I see April and October as being very, very difficult months for the men and women on our planet. Lilith is mysterious.
Yes. In fact, that's her biggest quality, the unknown. Because with Lilith, Blackmoonloaf represents the unknown, pretty much the blackness, the dark, where anything can happen, just like that. Surprise. That part, I'll give it.
And the reason there's enigma attached to this is because of the lure of it's that feeling. Probably, though I'm not firsthand related to people that are addicts, it's that lure and that draw that we can't see because it's always intangible, for us to want to do things that harm ourselves and harm others.
Well, the thing is, if you have to do what you have to do to keep yourself standing and alive, and if you gotta, take a snap at someone for your own well-being and your empowerment, if somebody has to take the hit for you, to be well and stand until you're well. Everything else and everybody else can hold on. Until you stand on your feet and you're able to hold yourself and function, nothing else matters but you until you get back up. No ifs, ands, buts, or tushies, and...
So the addict, the alcoholic, the sexaholic.
No.
The workaholic. There's cruelty always involved because it's dark.
What? Cruelty? Somebody shoot me, please.
And it's when Lotta and I did our interview together, I brought to life in characterology so many of the archetypes of Lilith.
What? Oh, God.
That forever will be on our screen.
That's correct.
And as I was explaining when I did the preview for 2022, on your ascendant, that's where the moon was at your conception. And Lilith has a lot to do with pregnancy because her cycle is indeed 10 lunar months, the same thing as conception. And she stays in a sign for 10 lunar months.
Okay.
Now she is currently in Gemini. So if any of your 3 keys are in Gemini, Sun, Moon, Rising, if you have a stellium in Gemini, come and get a reading.
Really? Here, I'm done listening to that. Okay, so here comes the cleanup crew. So, okay, let's actually have my definition. So, we'll take it from the top. Blackmoonloaf. One of 3 bodies named Lilith. There's Black Moon, Dark Moon, and Asteroid. Only 3. Now, Blackmoonloaf is the most strongest and the most potent of the 3. And that's the one that's regularly talked about. The other 2, Dark Moon and asteroid, they do have effects, but it's minor. Asteroid Lilith represents the aspect of Lilith when she came onto Earth alongside Adam and was violated. Dark Moon Lilith was when she self-exiled herself after, trying to be forced to submit to Adam and be violated, and said, nope. And when she went off and explored the world on her own and began having children with man and other beings and nursing them, and then that's when the angels came and slaughtered them. And then the Chrome, which is the Blackmoonloaf, which is the aftermath of her getting her vengeance on Yahweh and Adam. So, Blackmoonloaf is a shadow planet. It's a mathematical point. It's not a real planet. You calculate it by the farthest points of the farthest point of Moon's orbit from Earth's position. The farthest point, all the way in the dark. Now, with that in mind, Black Moon Lilith is similar to how Rahu and Ketu are as a specific type of planet, as a mathematical point. With that in mind now, Black Moon Lilith is the unknown. Number one, completely unpredictable. You have no idea what she's going to do. Number two, she represents how one has their innermost empowerment come from. Where she sits, that's where you get your empowerment from, and that's where it truly lies in. So you have to go to the depths of that, go into the unknown regarding that house and the sign, pull it out of you, and then start embodying it and start enforcing it. Number three, Black Moon Lilith is showing how you seduce others, captivate others, and pretty much be able to influence people to do what you're trying to have them do. Like for example, say if you have Black Moon Lilith in the Ascendant, like yours truly, essentially your empowerment comes from yourself. And the way that you seduce others is by just simply existing. I'm dead serious. When you have Black Moon Lilith in the Ascendant, people just come to you and they look at you and they give you attention and they don't even know why they're doing it. They're just all, I don't know why, I just feel so attracted to you, but I don't know what's going on. And the native doesn't even know why either. But it's that idea of having something mysterious being put onto their physical body or their aura. Number four, Black Moon Lilith also shows how you get revenge, how you carry out vengeance. Like for example, in the Ascendant, the way that this person gets revenge is by empowering themselves to a higher standing so that they can turn around and then pretty much push down the person that was trying to push them down. That's their vengeance. Or they build themselves higher to a point where they turn around and then they just start mocking the ones that were mocking them before. That's how the vengeance comes through. Number five. It's also an indication on if Black Moon Lilith is positive towards you, or negative towards you, or is willing to work with you or not. Number six. Black Moon Lilith has the potential to show a very tragic event that happened and it harmed your psyche. Something related to the house and the sign. Those two together, there may have been a traumatic event that has scarred you. And it's a really uncomfortable point. Black Moon Lilith represents the outcasts, because Black Moon Lilith self-exiled. Pretty much women that are abused or domestic violence survivors. Suppressed people. Those who are more confident in the way they express themselves and they're pushed away by society. And is also, you can also see some occult practices like tantric practitioners from Black Moon Lilith. You can. Now, some other little keynotes about Black Moon Lilith. Number one, she doesn't play by the rules. She does not play by the rules, like how there's aspects, conjunctions, squares, needle aspects, sign aspects, any kind of aspect, any kind of rule, she defies it. However, only one, really few exceptions. Number one, Blackmoonloaf, whenever Moon is influencing her or she's influencing the Moon, she never harms the Moon. Look at it this way. You have Blackmoonloaf, who relies... Hey, Lisa. You have Blackmoonloaf, who relies on Moon to exist. Without the Moon, she doesn't exist. So why is she going to harm the Moon? If anything, she's going to protect the Moon. So if you have Blackmoonloaf conjunct the Moon, your Moon is being protected by that Blackmoonloaf at all costs. With that Blackmoonloaf and Moon conjunction, you can actually have somebody be able to withstand the darkest and the most disturbing parts of life and be able to get through it and endure it. And also being able to use their imagination and creativity to captivate other people. As an example. But now if, like, say, you have Moon looking at Blackmoonloaf, that mutual aspect, Loath is sending protection to the Moon. Even with the trine, whenever Moon and Loath are associating with each other, she's never going to harm the Moon, even if it's a square. She's not going to harm the Moon at all. Now, other little rules. In order to read how Blackmoonloaf is going to behave, you have to look at the Moon. Because Blackmoonloaf is relying on the Moon, because, again, without the Moon, Blackmoonloaf doesn't exist. So depending on how Moon is, it'll influence how Loath's behaving. So if you have Blackmoonloaf and the Moon in the same sign, the energy is going to be much more potent and more protective of your mind, imagination, psyche, and your sense of security. But now say if you have this. Say if you have Moon in Taurus exalted, and then you have Blackmoonloaf in, say, let's throw a random one out there. Moon in... And we'll go over the random one. And Moon in Aquarius. So you have a Taurus Moon and a Loath in Aquarius. So this Aquarius Loath is going to be seducing other people and pretty much finding the empowerment and being unique. But also, since Moon is influencing her, you're going to see their empowerment come by being unique, but also very pleasing to the five senses. Oh boy. I'll be getting to those. I'll be getting to that pretty soon, Mika, because when Blackmoonloaf comes into contact with planets, it gets crazy. And again, just like in the beginning, she does not play by the rules. At all. But depending on, like I said, since with the Blackmoonloaf and Aquarius, Taurus Moon, somebody's empowerment comes from self-expression that can be kind of rebellious, but also pleasing to other people's senses. So somebody can be really, like, here's a good example. Like with Lady Gaga, the way that she has had so many outfits and ways of expressing herself, that's the Aquarius side. But the appealing side has the Tauresian energy in it. That's an example of that mixture being put together. But now let's scooch over to... In order for you to find that, you can go onto astro.com and then put your information there. And then when you go down at the very bottom, additional options, you should be able to click on the name Lilith, and then it'll put it in your chart. But usually, yeah, because the Vedic system I have doesn't even acknowledge Blackmoonloaf, but nonetheless. But now let's go with like what happens when Blackmoonloaf touches other planets, depending on what planet it is. And again, she does not play by the rules. I guess we'll start from the top. Blackmoonloaf and the Sun. Well, to start, Blackmoonloaf does not like the Sun. At all. In fact, whenever Blackmoonloaf comes in contact with the Sun, she makes the king get on his knees and controls him. So essentially, in order for someone to feel fulfilled and get their sense of, like, they're doing what they're supposed to be doing, like they're feeling like I'm doing what I'm supposed to be doing, they have to get really empowered, and they really have to have that radiant self-confidence and not let anybody take it away. Because the minute that they get run over or they're prevented from getting that empowerment, Lilith is not going to let them feel fulfilled. In fact, she might actually, like, come on, kid, come on. You're going to have to get up now. No? Okay. You're not going to get this then. And that's how Blackmoonloaf works. If you're not going to be pushing to get your empowerment, she's going to not make you feel fulfilled until you get it. Harsh. And since the sun also represents father figures in the government and along those lines, and also fatherly authoritative figures, you can actually see with somebody with a sun conjunct Blackmoonloaf, they may actually like say they get into a situation where like their father is actually like hitting their mother or even hitting them. I'll keep that in mind, Kayla, and I'll get back to that. But when you have, like as I was saying, like say if this native was actually witnessing their mother being hit, or even like the father hitting them, they would not hesitate to push back and actually overpower the father, because that's, you know, Blackmoonloaf getting revenge on the father figure. I mean, that's how she reacts. It's the same thing like with Yahweh saying, submit! Nope. Being defiant, but because to not let them be violated and walked all over. Nope. Blackmoonloaf with the moon, same thing. Like what I've said. Protects the moon at all costs, does not matter what planet is looking at her, or who else is conjunct. In fact, if she's conjunct, say, like if you have moon... Yeah, got it. But if you have, like say for an example, you have moon, Blackmoonloaf, and let's put a random one, Uranus in there. Loath is still going to protect the moon, and in fact, also bring intimidation to Uranus. It doesn't matter what planet is in there with her. Loath's going to protect the moon at all costs, the best she can. Blackmoonloaf and Mercury. She's neutral with Mercury. Like, okay. If you want to be able to communicate and actually be able to... Let's see here. If you want to be able to communicate, if you really want to get your intelligence and being able to market, be able to work numbers and have your mundane intelligence, that's like that's her own sign. Because she co-rules the sign of Scorpio. But we'll get into that. We'll be getting to all that in a moment. When she's conjunct Mercury, you can actually see potentially somebody's siblings may push them to an extent where they actually take a snap at them, or the sibling may potentially violate them and then they get vengeance on it. But one's communication, one gets their empowerment by communicating effectively, being able to speak in a way that's alluring and being able to give mundane intelligence and tell people about it in a way that also brings them empowerment. So if they're like being a teacher or like they're teaching somebody that's not really the truth, it's not going to work, and Lilith is going to take their communication and pin it down until they actually get their empowerment, being able to like confidently speak. It's going to be pinned until they get that. Now here comes a curveball. Blackmoonloaf and Venus. Blackmoonloaf sees Venus as a friendly planet. So when you have Blackmoonloaf and Venus conjunct, essentially you have somebody's sense of creative expression and their sense of beauty, and they may also be very devoted to I would have to say, a darker goddess figure, because Venus is also a devotion to a higher awareness. But you can actually see somebody's creative self-expression has a bit of a darker tone to it, but with an elegant class to it. But now here comes another curveball. If there's Moon, Venus, and Blackmoonloaf conjunct, if Venus is causing damage, she's gonna she's going to take down Venus. Because protecting the moon. Like if Venus is in a position where she's causing damage, Loath is going to take her down. Because again, in order for you to feel beautiful, you're going to have to really get your empowerment and having a lot of self-respect for yourself. Until then, nope. Like if you're trying to get what she's pinning down and if you're not trying to really get the most out of it, she's going to keep that part of you pinned until you really get it to its supposed to be state. Yeah, boy, here we go. Blackmoonloaf and Mars. Clash. You're having Lilith, and then you're having he who thinks he has big muscles and who's hot-headed. You want to think you're going to be tough and be athletic and be taking initiative and being strong? Oh, you're going to have a lot of confidence in order for that. Other than that, nope. Oh, you want to stick it? Nope, sit down. You have to have a lot of confidence and self-assurance with yourself. Until then, nope, you're going to stay put. And that's how she operates. In order for you to really have the drive that you do, you're going to have to be really confident in it, hon. You're not going to get it. And you're really going to have to learn how to be really more powerful in the way you exert it. And you have to have a little bit more class to it. She pins Mars too. Jupiter. She despises him. Because put it this way, you have Jupiter, the one who speaks on behalf of divine, or even like Yahweh, and you have Lilith. Instant clash. No, I'm talking about conjunctions through all Blackmoonloaf and all the other conjunctions of the other planets. I'm reading nobody's chart. I'm just giving out the information. Blackmoonloaf and then Jupiter. Oh, you want your blessings, huh? You want your expansion, you want your financial gain, and you want higher intelligence? Nope. You're going to have to be in a more confident, empowered state for that. And no, I don't care if you can pin Rahu and Ketu. She's pinning him. And it doesn't matter what he does, Jupiter gets pinned. Again, remember, Blackmoonloaf doesn't play by the rules. If she has to knock the wind out of him, she will. But nonetheless, in order for this person to get into higher intelligence and philosophy and actually pursue a post-grad education, they're going to have to really want it, and they're really going to have to push for it. If they want to expand, they're going to have the confidence within to actually give them that expansion. Other than that, nope. Blackmoonloaf and Saturn. Here's another one, just like Venus. Loath sees Saturn as a friendly planet because this. Saturn is an outcast planet. Loath is an outcast. Saturn represents the dark. So does Loath. There's this mutual mirroring energy with them both. So whenever Saturn and Loath are together, one is actually able to orchestrate some things within the dark and the occult side, and being able to help bring it into the world in a very slow but precise manner. And this can also show somebody being able to organize and structure a plan of vengeance to really get some karmic justice be done. But now, say Saturn is inflicting harm to the moon. Nope, sit down, old geezer. She's going to take him down too. You want to have self-control? You're going to have to be really empowered and really take control of yourself. If you don't, okay, you're never going to be able to focus. You're always going to be doing stupid stuff, and you're going to be lashing out at everybody. Until you have that empowerment, you're going to lose your sense of control. Uranus in Blackmoonloaf. Pinned again. Yep, you guessed it. If you want to be able to fight for other people and then pretty much show the world that you're unique, if you really want to stir something up and be innovative, you're really going to have to be really confident in everything you do. Until then, no, you're not really going to be changing nothing. You have to be confident in what you want to change and be innovative about. Yes, because Saturn is part of her sigil. Believe it or not. Like here, I have an image of it. Well, there's that too, but that'll be a second. So like right here, Like right there. Yep, there's Saturn's symbol right there. So Saturn is actually associated with her, the Saturnian site, but also the moon. Blackmoonloaf and Neptune. Yep, you guessed it. Pinned. Oh, you really want to do somebody, huh? You want to be imaginative, huh? You want to go to other worlds and be in your subconscious? And be all dreamy and then with illusions and all that? You're going to have to be able to really seduce people really good with that in order for you to get it. But other than that, no. Until you're really confident and be empowered in how you seduce and really exert it, you're not going to get it. Blackmoonloaf and Pluto, the little shithead. Oh boy. Blackmoonloaf doesn't pin him. She does not pin him. But Blackmoonloaf and Pluto are conjunct. Wherever Pluto is, he brings transformation in a way that can be unknown, but it brings empowerment after when it destroys something. So if there's a sector in your life where it's traumatizing and there's like a sudden explosive transformation, you feel like shackles on you are broken and you get your empowerment flooded through you. Your empowerment just like pretty much, I don't have a bucket, but like imagine if this was like a big giant bucket of water. It's essentially like this. Just get that out there. You're essentially taking a full bucket of empowerment and just going and just dumping it on you in a more simplistic way, because Pluto is coming in and transforming the parts within that sector into allow to come in. Blackmoonloaf and Rahu. Oh, you want that thing that you have a obsession for? You're gonna have to be empowered in order to get that, honey. No, Rahu. Oh, you want to go get it? No. Are you sure you want that? You're gonna have to be empowered. You're gonna have all that confidence, and just make sure that it's something you really want to go nom on, little one. Blackmoonloaf and K2. Yep, pinned. Oh, you're detached from here, huh? No, hon. You're gonna sit down. You're gonna go in there and get your sense of empowerment out of there. Stay put. So, as an example, so that would mean there may have been something regarding a duty to a person, business agreement, marriage, relationship that had a extreme destructive event happen, or there was a sudden transformation that makes you just get empowered with a sudden like, oh snap, well that happened, now I just feel better and I feel free and empowered. That best explains it. Like, as an example, you could be with somebody and something tragic happens and then that causes it to explode, and then as soon as it explodes you're just like, freedom, sucks to be you. And then you just get flooded with empowerment and just as an example. So that's Blackmoonloaf with the conjunctions, and I'm not going to do the asteroids because I'm not really I don't really practice the asteroids as much, and I'm not really fully confident to, speak about them just yet. Because if I do not know of something, I do not speak of it. And now let's put it to Blackmoonloaf in the houses. Blackmoonloaf in the first. I've said it once and I've said it again. Empowerment comes in from thyself. In fact, you can even watch my Blackmoonloaf through... Well, you can watch my Blackmoonloaf in the first house, Lagna Ascendant, if you like. Yes. I would agree with that one. Because when you have... Well, still though... For the higher intelligence though, you could even also say... The empowerment has to come from a source that's actually enlightening. But then again, Blackmoonloaf is in a way that you have to be able to convince her. And you have to be able to win her over. Otherwise, she's just... not really going to be going towards it. So if you were to say, like, say if there's, let's see, Blackmoonloaf and Jupiter in the, let's see, we'll go with, in the 6th house. In the sign of, now we'll just put that in the 6th house. So essentially, in order for somebody to get their empowerment, they have to be getting higher intelligence, and they're going to have to be providing, they're going to have to be dealing with something that's of higher learning, education, philosophy, stuff that's sacred towards women's treatment, like the betterment of women. And they have to be able to do that and guide people and guide men on how to treat women in their profession, for an example. If that doesn't happen, they do not find higher intelligence. They need to be able to guide other people into providing women their rights that they were not being given, as an example. That's like a really kind of a sloppyish way of putting it, but the whole idea is Black Moon Lilith pretty much suppresses whomever she's with, besides Moon, of course, Venus, Saturn, and Pluto. But again, when those planets come into contact with her, if they're not causing any harm to the moon, she won't swing at them. But if they are causing harm to them, she suppresses them. Because again, Moon, to her, Moon comes first. If Moon's okay, then alright. But if Moon's in trouble, she protects it. Now, yeah, I was talking about Blackmoonloaf in the first. Well, I have a video on that. You can watch that one. Blackmoonloaf in the second. The second is the face, and the 5 senses. Pretty much the ears, cheeks, nose, eyes, and all that. Also, sense of security, wealth, fixed assets, family structure. So empowerment comes from makeup. One feels empowered, and they're able to seduce people with their poker face. And their fixed assets may actually be cause of potential trauma, or family members could be a source of a traumatic event that happens. But also, one's choice of makeup may actually be very alluring and more of a dark pastel color, like a pretty much dark crimson, violet, red. And one gets revenge by making themselves look much more appealing and more alluring than whomever was trying to down them. Like, for example, say somebody's like, wow, you look so vulgar today. Really? How about you look at your cell phone? Because, oh, you broke my mirror just looking at it. As an example. Now scooching over to her in the 3rd house. Blackmoonloaf in the 3rd house. You have somebody's hands, fingers, arms, shoulders, lungs being influenced. So you can actually see somebody be wearing a lot of jewelry that's like black tourmaline. Where's my, oh, right next to me. Black tourmaline. You can actually see people wear rings that have like a garnet, or ruby. Well, gotta figure out where the bloody camera's on this thing. Ruby. You could also kind of also say carnelian. Thulite, definitely. Bloodstone. Oh, that one slipped. Rhodochrosite, tugtupite, moonstone, especially black moonstone, onyx, shungite, amethyst, sugilite. There's another one I'm trying to think. I just had it and I lost it. Crap, I'm looking right at it. Astrate quartz, which is red quartz. So you can actually see them wearing those kind of jewelry and rings. You can also see that somebody is actually able to seduce by moving their hands. Yeah, they have a I have a huge sack of them. Oh, this was another one. No, that wasn't it. That cake was a lie. Here it is. Red Tiger's Eye, Oxide, or I like to call it Vampire's Eye. Because, you know, that actually sounds more better than Oxy Eye. You could also, and also Amethyst is another one. So those stones, you can actually see them wear more darker stones for rings. They also may wear like gloves that are like tied, and you tie them with like kind of like Victorian style gloves, arm things, like a Gothic style. And they may be able to seduce people with just how they move their hands in a way. Like this is the, like if somebody has Blackmoonloaf in the third house, like for an example, and we're going back to my youth here with this one, kind of. Oh boy. Like if you were, like if somebody with Blackmoonloaf in the third house was to give you like a light show with those stupid glove things with the lights on them, they would be able to seduce and entrance you like that. Because Blackmoonloaf is seducing, captivating. Third house is your hands. Captivation with the hands because of movement. And you can also see they may also communicate in a way that's very, like, it has a specific tone to it. No, wait, that's the second. The language they use, like the word choice they use, may be a little bit tantalizing. Like it might just be, I didn't poke you. You're crazy. You're silly. Why would I poke you, dude? It like pokes at their mind a lot more. Because that's seduction. Blackmoonloaf in the fourth. And this is another placement that is an approval for Lilith. First one, of course, is the Lugna. Fourth house is the next one. Essentially, one's mother figure is actually someone who pretty much can embody Blackmoonloaf, and actually Lilith herself in a way. One's mother is extremely empowered and very confident. You try to knock her down, she'll take you down. And if a man tries to control her, it's never going to work. In fact, she can also be quite vengeful. And if the native is in any kind of physical harm or any danger, this Blackmoonloaf in their fourth house, their mother will come in out of nowhere and some guy or anyone that's harming them. It's pretty heavy. And there may be a tragic event surrounding the mother too. And one feels a sense of security by being able to have their empowered. When they feel empowered, they feel secure. When they don't feel like they're empowered, they don't feel secure. And their mind is not stable. And they may, as well, since the fourth house represents the home and also vehicles and home, like home structure and land. One actually may buy a piece of, may actually reside in a place where a cult was done. Or may reside in a place that may be haunted. Or also may reside somewhere where there could be a lot of a more darker vibe to the place. And the vehicle they might drive might be in darker colors, like black, red, dark red, crimson red, blood red, even purple. Or it may have some element of red and then black trimming, or even purple with black trimming, something along those lines. Blackmoonloaf in the fifth. One's child actually is favored by Lilith and not them. So Lilith protects their child without any hesitation. The way that one actually creatively expresses himself is in a way that they actually may play a part in Lilith, like in a movie, a play, or pretty much embody and act as her. One feels empowered by expressing themselves. And one also They have to be very careful with gambling in that position because that's a speculative gain, and one actually may be able to captivate other people that are in the stock market. You didn't hear that one from me. I said nothing. Blackmoonloaf in the 6th. Now this one's a tough one, but nonetheless. Blackmoonloaf in the 6th, your everyday routine, your habits, and part of your routine has to be involving Lilith somehow. So with your profession, you need to be doing something that actually helps be like a voice, an activist, or somebody who does service for domestic violence survivors, abused women, women that are traumatized, or women that are in any kind of state of suffering. If you're not doing anything to at least contribute to that, Loath will come after you and whack you one to try and contribute something. Even if it's just listening to a domestic violence survivor be able to speak and just get their feelings out and feel safe doing it. Something as little as that, it'll completely mitigate the placement in the not so good side of it. And one feels empowered by being of service to those who are in that state of mind, in the abused state, or assisting abused women and children. One actually feels empowered doing so and serving. Blackmoonloaf in the 7th. Of all the houses, this is the one she hates the most. One feels empowered from other people. I don't know if you can hear the thunder out there, but it just really loud, like, here it goes again. You can definitely say that this is not the house for Loath. Because the last thing she wants to do is rely on someone else outside of her to be empowered. You're telling me I have to rely on this thing in order to be myself and stand in my power? Why? No. Why do I have to rely on him? No. So, but nonetheless though, Blackmoonloaf in the 7th has the most perhaps dangerous potential to completely tarnish and even destroy a marriage, not by, acting suggestive and sleeping with a person, but in a way that causes other people to get tied into it and cause a big mess. Like, for example, say if you were dating somebody and then some two-time and twithead came in and then took them from you, the revenge, they may say something like, oh, you know what? Yeah, my ex can have him. Because joke's on the new guy, the new one. I gave mine something like what's it called? Like an STI. Joke's on him. Looks like I got the last laugh. As an example, and that's extreme. But something like that, that's the revenge. And boy, does it explode and cause intense damage. But that's just how she gets her revenge. She cripples a connection that was once hers, so she takes it out if it betrays her. It's heavy, so don't make that Blackmoonloaf mad. Blackmoonloaf in the 8th. This is another one of those approval points. Essentially, one feels empowered by practicing the occult. One gets empowerment by constant transformation. One gets revenge by occult means. So, doing magic and cursing people. Here we go again. And also, one is very, very secretive and also extremely captivating because she's in her natural house. The 8th house, where she naturally owns the sign of Scorpio, the original 8th. And also, you can actually see somebody be very drawn to crystals and gemstones in the 8th house that are more darker. Blackmoonloaf in the 9th. This one, she's kind of like, ugh, meh, I don't care with it. So one state of empowerment comes from being able to travel and see the world, okay. But also one gets revenge by pretty much telling others, really? Do you think God would want you to be doing that? Because I don't think he'd like it if you do that. Besides, you're impure. I'm not. Scorpio's the 8th sign. So when you have also Blackmoonloaf in the 9th, one's teacher figure may actually be very Lilithian and very hard to impress. And kind of vengeful too, if you cross him. One also may get revenge on teacher for some reason. Blackmoonloaf in the 10th. Here's another key approval point. You have Blackmoonloaf being part of your reputation. If you're giving Loath a bad rep, oh, she'll come after you with this one. If you do anything at all, anything that harms a woman, degrades a woman, puts children in danger, or abuse a child, the whole world's going to know about it, and they're going to turn on you. They will all jump on you like a big dog pile, and they will literally hang you upside down, and then, give both sides of you rosy cheeks. These cheeks and the other ones. The whole world is going to be doing that. Tearing you a new one. So if you have Blackmoonloaf in the 10th, do not raise your hand against a woman or a child. Just do not do it, because it's all going to be put out in the open. And your highest form of karma comes from empowering women and pushing for their just treatment. And taking a stand for those who have been abused and neglected and taken advantage of and traumatized. Blackmoonloaf in the 11th. One feels empowered being a part of an organization that pushes for the complete innovative way of caretaking to trauma victims, domestic violence survivors, children who are abused, women who are abused, taking a part to innovate and revolutionize a way to bring them all together and give them the care that they need. One also gets revenge in having their friends do it. They won't go in with a fray, but they're having friends do it. One feels empowered by being connected and networking and bringing those who have suffered together to help one another. Blackmoonloaf in Pisces. This is the last approval point. Blackmoonloaf brings one feels the most empowered by interacting with other worlds and other dimensions and other deities. And also Blackmoonloaf is actually able to seduce others while they sleep. They can just go into a meditative state, go into the other state of being, and go into their head and just seduce and captivate them. And tauntalize them in the dream, and then come back. One also may wear shoes that may be very alluring, like stilettos. It is what it is, just go with it. And also, one may get revenge by getting the other person in jail, or putting somebody in jail, or seclude them. It is what it is. It has potential. How long have I been going? 54? Check something real quick. Oh, my Lord Lanta. What's going on over here? Hurting. I'm still here, I promise. Okay, here we go. Back. Well, that was an awkward ding. But essentially, now, when you have Blackmoonloaf transiting over, it's going to be going from the sign of Gemini into Cancer. If you have planets in there, Blackmoonloaf is going to be influencing it. Depending on what planet it is, it'll all vary. And I'll be taking a long time to go through all of them. But when Blackmoonloaf comes into contact with the house or the sign that she's stepping in, which is Gemini and Cancer, like for an example, my Blackmoonloaf is going to be stepping into... No, my Blackmoonloaf is going to be stepping into my... That would be my... Going from my 5th to the 6th. And my Mars is in the 6. Oh boy, lovely. But nonetheless. Lilith is going to be going and stepping into my daily routine, so I'm going to be probably more than likely attending and providing more, kind of a bit more active ways of providing care and being a lot more, and like actually being more of the Martian energy, like actually picking up something, okay, whatever, and actually start poking and taking stabs and actually pushing back, like for example, mistreatment of women and the bloody Roe versus Wade. It, you know, it was already ruled upon. Why do you gotta bring it up again? Oh god, here we go again. Stupid old men. Being all like, oh, we are gonna pass this law saying that it's illegal to do that. Well, coming from the ones that can't even have it even happen in the first place. You know, if you were thinking it was so bad, why not, not stick it, dude? True story, though. If anything, I think it should be illegal for, the ones that been in there since Moses walked the earth. Yeah, I think you guys should go because you might get dementia, and we don't want someone with dementia in, our representatives in the house and all that stuff, because you might say stuff that's delusional. Completely random train of thought. But anyway. So. Well. Yeah, and that's the thing too. To be kind of like fully honest, it's not my place to say what a woman wants to do with their child at all. If she wants to abort for whatever reasons, she can. If it has to be done for a medical reason, it can. I don't have a say in it because I wasn't the one who stuck it, so I can't say anything. But one thing though, one thought though, if there's the constant sticking, carrying, abort, carry, abort, like the constant getting pregnant and like taking out the child over and over again, then that's something needs to be confronted with that one. But if it's between her, the doctor, and the father figure, if there is a complication between her, the child passing, that's up to her. She makes the call. If she wants to end her life so her child can come into the world and live their life, that's her wish. But if she chooses to stay alive and then have to abort the child in order to live, if she chooses that, that's her choice. I can't say anything about it. That's it. Simple. Now, 50,000 Chin McGonagall, stop it. It's just agitating to me. Well, yeah, I really hope not. Because I would lose my stuff. I would table flip oh, you're just gonna go up and do that, huh? I heard from a bird that if the government starts having a big hissy fit and getting out of control, we can, all come together and then go Hong Kong Phooey through the front door, grab them by their, fake tuxedos that are made from low cost mass production material, pull them by that, and then just bring them out front and then just publicly humiliate them all and take it back and say, hey, federal prison. No ifs, ands, buts, or tushies. And that's pretty much that one in a nutshell. But anyway, I'm gonna get off here. I'm exhausted and I have work in the morning. So tomorrow I'll be coming back on and talk about another subject. that has to be talked about because this one's also not good. Ugh. But anyway, have a good night, y'all.